Did you sneeze up a lung?
I don't think so, man. It was like a
Your liver?
vertebrae.
Did your liver come out?
My spleen made it out.
You sneezed out your spleen.
Yep.
I've never met anybody that has such a violent sneeze.
I don't hold in,
No, well,
Good for you.
and it feels good.
Well, hold on.
It's
There's
not a
different-
matter of holding
yeah,
in.
Hold on. Exactly. There are people that like stifle their sneezes.
That's dangerous.
I know it is. It raises your blood pressure and can cause a heart attack. But then there are people who yell sneeze,
yeah.
or
I
like
sneeze.
they engage
And
every
I'm all out.
aspect
I
of
don't know.
their
I
vocal
just
cords.
That's just a sneeze. I'm not purposely
I let
yelling or
every
anything.
I think you are.
orifice of my
I think you're letting out
open.
anger.
No, that's
when
just a
you
sneeze.
sneeze.
Oh man,
You have
there's-
anger.
there's
You want
something wicked.
that.
It's
that
stress.
Yeah, you
have
want
some-
that sneeze to let go
You
all
have
of
some
that anger and rage.
deep-seated childhood
I just
anger
sneezed.
that's coming out.
And it is loud. It is very loud.
Did your preacher touch you when you were a child?
I didn't go to church as a child.
Oh, that explains it all.
Yeah, there you go. You
Yeah,
can't-
that's why he touched you.
It works both ways. Wait, no. How can you touch him if you didn't go?
Well, he visited third grade class, you know.
Oh,
No, we never
nice.
had a priest or preacher attend.
Well, there could be
our
an
public
officiant.
school.
You ever gone to a wedding?
Public school. What's this guy doing?
What
Hello, everybody.
Did you ever go to a public school and have those
Okay, no.
those prisoners show up and be like, "Hey, don't be like us because we're bad people."
Oh yeah, no, that
It's called
happened.
Scared Straight.
Is that what that
Yes.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they put the kids in prison for like 3 days or
No,
something
no,
like that.
no. I'm
And
saying
it's
they came
effective.
to the school.
All these guys are like tatted up, and they're like,
Yeah, they come to the school and say, "Hey, guess what? My name is Joey, and I've got these tattoos, and I got a lifestyle of sticking things up my ass." But regardless of that, I'm in prison right now. So
Yeah.
don't be like me.
And,
And
I,
I'm-
ra- and I
and
raped
I'm-
10 women and killed 13 kids.
right. And I'm doing better, but you, little Joey, what
With
I
the-
could do
the
with
really
you in
small
10
ass.
minutes,
I like that. I like that. Do you shave?
what I could do with
Because
you
I
in
don't
10
like stubble.
minutes. Wow. Put you in my cell.
Yeah,
Wow. I
the-
would love to have a piece of you, little
The whole
Joey.
prison lifestyle, I think, would obviously be an adjustment. But could you
and then they
imagine?
stop that program after that kind of shit happened.
Did you hear what Jeff said?
What?
I thought he was going to go on a date with this guy.
No.
They were going to go bowling.
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 I like to
really.
bowl.
Do you
I'm
like
not
to
very
bowl?
good, but I enjoyed a bowl.
Yeah, I like
I
bowling.
suck at it, but I enjoyed. I actually took a bowling. I needed 1 hour. I needed to get to 15 hours or whatever it was. I think
Did
almost
Earl-
my last.
Did Earl Anthony teach it?
I don't know who that is.
He's a pro bowler. Come on, man. Get
I don't
Earl
know-
Anthony?
I don't know any
Yeah.
PBI.
What? Okay. Why would you
Bowlers.
think for a second that we would know who a
I'm
professional
just
bowler
thinking
is?
if you guys
And why do you know
I
who a
have no
professional bowler
idea.
is?
is he a professional bowler?
Okay,
Earl Anthony.
that's what you told us.
I guess he is. Look at
You
that.
know
dude.
it. So
No,
I,
he's a chess player.
No,
No.
well, he may be, but he's
No.
who amassed
he-
records of
he-
43 titles and
Okay,
6th Player of the
I
Year.
was joking. He
PBA,
is a
I'm
professional
sorry.
bowler and a very good-looking man.
The only
Look how
time
chummy he is. He's got Will Ferrell written all over
so
him.
happy. Look
You
at
know
him. Look
what?
at that smile.
I bet back in the day.
God, he could knock
Look at
him.
that penguin
Oh,
on
he
the,
could knock him
the
dead.
pocket.
Yeah,
could
I
knock
bet.
the-
I bet I saw him because every now and then you'd watch
What?
Wild World of Sports and they'd have bowling, and I was always so pissed off because I enjoyed Wild World of Sports with Jim McKay,
Jim McKay.
and it was on Saturdays, I think. And every now and then they'd have
Did
bowling.
he have a hairpiece?
He had a very round head.
Yeah.
But did he have a?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he had a
I thought he
toupee.
was fairly bald and like a comb over, maybe. Right?
Well, I mean, if we had pictures of McKay, I think we would see that he had a hairpiece.
Jim McKay.
Jim
Oh, I
McKay.
thought it was BJ.
Wild World of Sports, and that was one of the greatest.
It's Jim
show
McKay in the
openings.
Wild World, the agony of defeat.
Yeah. So
The dude comes down the hill. He's about to
Oh, the
launch on
skier.
the skiing, and he complete fail, stumbles right before the big takeoff, and there's
I mean,
whoops.
seriously, when they show those skiers that go into the net, they
The
go
agony
tumbling,
of defeat.
and they break like legs and
God.
arms come flying off, and their head flies
Well,
off.
some of
I
them
mean,
die.
it's so bad.
So
That's
Mr.
not more than
Producer-
agony of defeat. That's like,
Yeah, that's dismantling of a
Yeah.
skier.
hey, that's the dismembering of my vertebrae.
So
God.
pull up on
So
YouTube the
bad.
opening of Wild World of Sports.
Is he dead?
Who, Jim McKay?
Yes,
Oh,
he
he died
in
in
2021.
1921.
He's not-
No,
no,
No, he
2008.
was born in 21. He died in
1920.
2008.
He was born in 1921. What? He was born in 1921.
Yeah, he was old when he was doing the
There you go.
the voiceovers
All right,
or
let's
the.
listen to this. Put it up.
God, how old school is this?
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat.
There it is.
Oh no, that guy just died.
Yeah.
The human drama of athletic
I remember this
competition.
guy too. That was great.
This is
Brutus
ABC's
Beefcake just lifting up like
Wide
2,000
World of
pounds.
Sport.
Yeah.
It was like every Saturday or every
For
Sunday.
sure.
I may have been on Sundays because it was cartoons on Saturdays. So it may have been on Sundays.
Oh, any kid, any male kid, 13 or older, gets a hard on watching that.
Oh yeah, I watched it every week. But every now
For
and then
sure.
they'd have bowling. Bowling.
Maybe
Wait a minute.
14?
Well,
14?
You mean you don't mean literally they're getting hard on?
Well, I mean, you watch that, you're like, oh yeah, come on, motherfucker.
So now we know where Bruce Jenner.
Oh.
You know, you think he was getting hard ons, and that's why he.
Until it went away,
No, he still has his
and
penis
then
though,
it
doesn't he?
invert. Are you kidding?
Does he still have his peen?
Did he have a cutoff just recently?
You know, not to go a hard left here, but anybody that wants to transition from a male to a female that doesn't have the balls to balls,
Stop it.
who
Nice.
doesn't have the balls to cut off his balls and his penis, fuck them. They are.
He didn't do it.
That is hypocritical.
I think he's a tucker.
Yeah, he's a little tucker.
He's a tucker.
He's a tucker.
He's
I don't
a-
know. I don't know.
I'm a penis tucker. Got a little song for that.
I don't know
one.
if he because I thought didn't he have an
Because I'm
interview?
a tucker.
Didn't he have an interview
And
with
a bit
Diane
of
Sawyer
that
that he
thing
said, "Yeah, I'm not
anyway."
cutting that off because
Yeah, I'm not cutting my stuff off.
he
Come
likes
on.
to have
Hey.
sex with women."
Well,
Absolutely.
well, not just that. He likes.
How about the dude in prison? He impregnated
Oh my God.
the transgender
Yeah.
Man,
man to
no,
female.
He identifies as a woman, impregnates two women.
He
in
goes
prison.
Yeah, he goes into.
How asinine is that?
Well, that's what he was.
Well, it's
supposed to
brilliant
be
on his
doing.
part, but
Brilliant.
how asinine for the government to allow that?
Oh, brilliant! He can have sex with many women as he wants.
And you know the women are
I
probably
wonder
down
if they
for
were
it.
raped.
Oh, they're
They just
100%
get as horny as the guys do
Are
in
you
prison.
kidding me? They're 100% in.
Do you think they're raped? They were raped?
No,
No,
100% not. 100% consensual.
Are you sure about that?
I don't have any.
Come here, you black stallion.
I don't have.
Excuse me. I don't
I'm
like women.
I'm a woman like you. Please leave me alone. Oh, but look at that thing you got hanging there, boy.
Check
Don't
out
call me
this-
boy. Don't call me
God.
boy.
I identify as a woman.
Yeah, I'm a woman.
God.
Sorry, I should have said that. I'm a woman.
Hear me roar.
Hear me roar. I'm a woman.
So I sent you that I got the latest update on my phone. I have an iPhone, so I got the latest update,
Earl Anthony.
and I got the what I call affectionately as the beer gut emoji
Oh, nice.
because I'm going to co-opt it and I'm going to start using it as I'm proud of my beer gut. But what I think their intention is it's the pregnant man emoji.
I'm going to disagree. I think it is beer gut.
It's the beer gut emoji.
Yeah, because he's got his hands like wrapped all around that belly.
It's like he's
Like-
protecting it.
Oh, it's protecting it. He's
Like it's
it's
a baby.
precious.
It's like he's proud of
My
it.
precious.
I had lots of beer to get this beer gut.
That beer gut is.
That is about as woke as it gets.
It does. It is. It really is.
And it's ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but
Are we ever gonna grow out of this bullshit? I mean,
Yes.
what the fuck is going
I
on?
do think we are.
yeah, see, that's a beer gut right
Oh,
there.
and a beard.
And it's got tits, but I kind of have that too.
There-
Yeah,
okay.
but look at
First
those.
off-
those
first
are
off, those are-
voluptuous.
Hold on. Time out.
Those are 34
Time
Cs.
out. Those are not tits. Those are moobs.
Yeah, but look at them. The 34
Those are
Cs.
man
They're
boobs.
well cupped.
Well cupped. You know what? Give us a good look at yours.
and
I mean,
they've got
don't
some
don't
nice
lift
No,
up your
I do
shirt.
not have boobs like
Yeah,
that.
don't lift up your shirt, but lean back. Lean back for us. Let's get a look at those.
No, your tits are like side
Ah,
satellite.
Yeah, they're
Kind of about the
36s,
size.
34s,
Yeah,
30.
I need to push them together.
What's 32s? I
No,
need
those,
to-
those are 34s.
Did you-
32s.
Did you say I need to push them together?
Yes.
You need a wonder bro.
I need a balconator. No, but Sean
Damn.
has a brilliant question.
God.
Are we ever going to get out of this
I mean,
phase?
I think we are.
I mean,
I think it's
look,
a phase.
There comes a time where you're kind of like, all right, I'm done.
I think we are.
We're no longer in first grade.
It's going to take a while, but I think it's going to happen. Except the only thing that will not make that happen is that we have generations. We're multiple generations.
Yeah, so we've got a generation or two to wait.
They're indoctrinated now.
There are people that are currently like in post high school. I'd say in their their mid
mid
20s,
20s to mid 30s.
early 30s that are currently like
They're indoctrinated.
they're like these teachers, for example. These teachers that they get off on spouting misinformation to little kids.
Yeah.
In
Well, then
their
they go-
classrooms.
then they
They get
go-
off on it.
Then
And-
they go on to TikTok and brag about it.
yes.
And they make
There
these
was-
little snippets.
So here's what's interesting. So here are the two angles of this story, and this is very much the "don't say gay" Florida legislation issue,
But
right?
that's
All right,
not
so
even
here-
what they were saying.
So here's the angle
Right.
of the liberal left. They're like, these kids. There are kids that have to wait until they're in middle school, high school, or even into adulthood before they have the courage to face what they really are. Like that being a
Yeah.
man in a
Okay.
woman's body, woman is a man's body. Okay.
But
okay.
it takes a
So,
while to
I get
let
it.
that flow and evolve.
So what the liberals are saying is that these kids know this at an exceptionally early age.
Incorrect.
Okay, right. Okay. So I'm not arguing yes or no, but that's what they think. So they're coming at this angle as if you're 6 or 7 or 8 years old, you already know. You already know that you're a woman trapped in a man's body. You're a man trapped in a woman's body. Okay.
What
So
percentage
there we
of
go.
this is out there?
I got you.
So you're going to cater to this
No.
0.1% of these kids, and you're going to try to indoctrinate 100% of the kids to think that way.
I got you.
And you're going to confuse some of those kids who shouldn't be even thinking about that.
100%. 100%. So I'm giving you. So a lot of times when we battle these issues, guys, you have to understand where they're coming from, right? I mean,
They don't understand where we're coming from.
right? They don't. Well, no, they think. Okay,
They
so
think we're just racist, misogynistic
that's
homophobes.
right. That's right. So from their perspective,
I think they're fucking idiots.
from their perspective, there's a 7-year-old that knows he is a girl and needs to be accepted.
See, that sentence makes no sense
I
to
know,
me.
I know that. So here we are swooping in on the other side, going, you're grooming kids, like you're trying to plant a seed that make them think something that they're not, and then the liberals respond with, oh, so you don't want this girl that knows they're a boy. You don't want them to succeed. You don't want them to be accepted. You don't want them to embrace their life at an early age. You're evil. Like you're against them.
Just let her live her life.
Exactly. Exactly.
If she ends up being a tomboy lesbian, that's fine. If she ends up being a very effeminate dude, that's fine.
That's fine. But don't hit him at 7.
No,
Don't hit him at 6.
no,
Don't hit him at 8, 9, or 10.
no. There's no need for that
Totally agree.
because you're going to, like I said, you're going to influence many other kids
who
who aren't thinking about any of that shit.
Right, they're like,
now all of a
okay.
sudden they are.
Right.
And oh, my buddy over here who
Right.
happens to be like this, I
Right.
want to be like them
Oh, yeah.
when they're
and
7.
they're like,
It's like my-
Mom, Dad, am I supposed to pick?
My
I mean,
golf
do I have a
friend over
choice here?
he's painting his fingernails black. Is he gay?
well, no, not necessarily.
Well,
This is
I
just-
know it's rhetorical, but I'm just like, you get all these people second guessing themselves,
They
and there's
are.
no reason for it.
At an
Look,
age when they have no idea.
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
It's a
It's
blank
pre-
slate. Why you want to
it-
introduce something
It
like
is
that?
pre-pubescent,
Right,
which
'cause
means they have no idea what they're doing or
and
talking
plus,
about.
it goes against the grain of
Everything.
It goes against the natural humanity's grain.
It does.
Now, I don't want to. By saying that out loud, I probably upset a few gay folk out there. You know what? Sorry, but you being gay is wonderful. I don't care. It's none of my business.
Yeah.
I respect you being gay.
It's not for us to
and
judge.
It's none of my business. I don't care. That what was I saying?
You were saying that's not normal.
Well, I'm just saying it isn't because it isn't. When you look at
if everyone was gay, the human race would die.
if you have 100 people,
True.
of that 100 people, how many people are gay? In fact, let's look up that stat.
I think it's less than 5%.
I think it's 4.2%.
And that's
my
what
guess.
that's what frustrates me. This is so front and center as a societal issue, and we're talking about such minute percentages.
And the transgender is
Transgender
less than
is
1%.
even less. We got gay, we got transgender, we got all these.
Well, let me throw a
it's
curveball.
so low that
So in
like we
a-
should not be making this a
there you go.
a priority.
So it's even less. Around
as
2
a
to 3% of
society
men and 2% of women are homosexual,
Right.
bisexual.
It's ridiculous.
I am going to go
It's
on a limb
ridiculous.
and say that's wrong. I'm going to go on a limb and say that's wrong.
Meaning it's higher.
I think that there are more women susceptible to being homosexual or bisexual than men.
Well, I tell you
Because-
what, I see. Well, when you see these parades and stuff like that, you see more men out there than you do women.
But hear this part out.
Well, I know that women may experiment,
I think there's more bi. There's
And
more
the-
bi.
Well, that's
And
what I'm
you
saying.
s-
I
and
think
you
there's
see-
more
because that's
All right.
socially acceptable.
and you see more
but
girl on
hearing the
girl porn.
socially acceptable. Here's my part about the. In my experience growing up, hanging out with both women and guys, when I go out and I'm with a group of friends,
Yeah.
and the women get drunk,
They're all over each other.
and when the guys get drunk,
They're all over each other.
no, we're not. When guys get drunk, it's kind of
Oh.
like we are really.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Who you been hanging out with? No, but I'm just saying. Typically, look. Here's the thing. Look, it's what's what I'm saying. It's more than 2 to 3%, because if there's a group of people, it's like, oh my god, I got drunk with Melissa last night, and we started making out. I would never say that about you.
I don't know if
would
that
never say that about
necessarily.
either of you.
I don't know if that necessarily makes them gay.
It doesn't matter. That makes them bisexual.
It makes them bi.
It makes them.
Yeah,
now,
I
if you
don't
want to
know.
slap a label on it? Look, if they enjoyed it,
Right.
then something.
They're like, oh my
in
God, I
there.
had a shot of tequila, and the next thing I know, I'm licking a labia.
Yeah, that what he said.
Wow.
But-
Yeah, but does that only happen when they're drunk? I don't know. I kind of dispute that.
It doesn't.
I do agree
mean
that-
it doesn't happen when they're sober, but when you are drunk, those inhibitions
Well, sure they are.
are less, so they're able to experiment and feel more free, perhaps. You know, and frankly,
Okay.
today's society pushes back
I was gonna
so
say.
much that they're like, oh, I can't suck tacos, I can't do that, I'm not going to do that. But the normal thing for them, particularly, is
Suck
to want to do
tacos.
that.
Hold on. Who's sucking tacos here
I'm
in your
just
example?
saying, and I probably misspoke. Maybe not taco.
So
I
like
just
a
meant
chicken taco,
if there's like women. I mean, but look,
corn
burrito.
tortilla,
I have never
What
been
if it's a
torn.
full-blown
I have
burrito?
never been
Chimichanga?
in a group at
Ooh,
a
a fried
at a
one.
party
A hot
and been
one.
so drunk and being like, oh my god, I just want to get so close to Paul so I could just give him a kiss.
Okay, we're going to edit that because that's a
That-
little creepy.
That was
is
very
never-
sexual.
Okay, we're definitely going to
That has never
timestamp that.
happened.
Oh,
That
thank
has
God.
Never,
Okay, never
ever,
mind.
ever
We're good.
happened.
You don't have to
But
timestamp that.
there
We're
are,
good.
but there are some there are some stories that I hear
Of
about
guys?
the females.
Oh, yeah, of course.
that do. But,
course.
but look, you're missing my point. Is that my point is that I have had me personally.
Yes.
I have had more experiences seeing these from the female's
Yes.
perspective, where there are more women.
Do you know
that are-
why? Because first off, they are very emotional, very feminine, right? And they're very
Weak.
they're touchy-feely. No, I'm talking about women. They're very touchy-feely, and society is okay with it.
Hell yeah.
more so than two dudes.
Absolutely. Their society says, from a male perspective, I'm on board with that.
But are they lesbian?
No.
Well,
No, they're not.
it's.
I don't
so
think they are.
It's kind of like being gay. There's no such thing as bisexual. If for me as a if you're a male, there's two
Ugh.
categories. Either
God,
you
that's so
yeah,
vulgar.
but it's true.
You suck a cock or you don't.
Well, you
God,
say it,
Paul.
but
God, that was
you
violent.
also agree with
Well,
it.
I mean, it's so like, ugh. Yeah, I agree with it. Yes, of course I
all
agree.
right. Well,
Wow, do I have to say that, or I'm going to be like
I'm just saying.
ostracized?
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
It's just so vulgar.
God.
Speaking of vulgar, old granddad.
Oh, with the old peen? God.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
God.
so let's transition over to the bourbon we're
all
drinking.
right, hold on. First of all,
Perfect lead in,
this is
right?
the
You got to
second
give me
half
that.
Of,
You got to give me that. That was a good
it's
lead in.
420. It's April 20. It's the second half of the podcast. And of
It
course, we're a little bit more liberated, a little bit more seasoned because the
Mhm.
first half we had that FAE infused Maker's Mark,
Yeah,
which
we had
made it a
SAE
unicorn. It was
SAE
109.1. Yeah, it was
Do what?
super hot.
5-weight, SAE 5-weight or something.
Yes.
No, it was a 01.
Whatever.
O2. No, it was O2.
Was it 02?
FAE
Well, it said
02.
both. So I didn't.
Well, no, because the thing is, says this is a follow-up to FAE 01.
All right. So,
FAU
anyways,
too.
they
Yeah.
were
One's
brewing-
spring and one's fall.
It was the summer oil.
Oh, all right. So the second half, Jeff had pulled out of the archives Old Granddad.
No, I just got this.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but it's
No, brand new.
but
This is bottled in bond,
but
bro.
we've had this before.
Yeah, we've had 114.
No, this is bottled in bond. Never had this.
We've never had this one.
Oh, I stand corrected. So I thought we had Bottle and Bond before. This was a refresher.
Yeah, we had the old Granddad 114, which you can't find anywhere, so I got this one instead.
That's right. This is a unicorn.
No, I don't believe it is. It's fairly inexpensive, too.
They're begging
so-
you to buy this.
No, I mean, it's good. I like it.
Good. It is good. I'm dogging it, but I shouldn't.
Yeah, it's
Bottom to bond, 100 proof, old Granddad. Classification. Here we go. Oh, it's the same Beam Suntory.
It's the same as Maker's Mark.
Yes, it is.
It's a Jim Beam family.
Yes, it is. It's aged 4 years. We have 63% corn, 27% rye, 10% malted barley. The color is dark honey. It's cheap.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's not expensive.
Oh, it's a $25 bottle. All right. So what do we got? Keep scrolling down.
Well, they overproof the shit out of it. You know, if you got a bottle that's rolling around there with 114 proof, how much overflow do you have to make all these 100% Bottle and Bond?
You just water it down.
You dilute
Yeah.
it. 100%.
So
and then you have a regular old Granddad that's, I think, is 80.
why don't they have? Why don't they make some sort of cask strength ones? That's there is the 114, but I mean, I feel like there's
definitely cast strength.
there's some missing categories in there of old Granddad that they could capitalize off of.
Could be. There could be like the single barrel and the cast strength. A 114 is probably not a cast strength. They probably, because in order to get 114, you have to be exact, right? So you're probably adding water to it. So cast strength means you pull it out and it is what it is,
Right.
right?
Right.
And if it's 130, it's 130. And each cask is a little bit different.
Yeah, because I went to the Wild Turkey distillery in Kentucky. Yeah, you know, my tier 1 trip.
I had my balls bronzed.
We flew in a private jet,
I soaked my
Wow.
balls in wild turkey.
and I
Wow,
soaked
yeah.
my balls in wild turkey.
Wow.
Rare breed, actually.
Yeah, rare breed. Nice.
Yeah, and anyway, so
Was it creamy?
I asked them what do you do differently in the 101 versus 80 proof wild turkey? And the guy turned around, the tour guide, and he go, water. We just dilute it.
That's how they do it.
I mean, it's literally that simple.
It is. It impacts the flavor and the proof.
Yeah, they pour
It's
water
amazing.
in until it's.
I mean, it's almost like anything. I can compare it
but
to
it was
coffee,
but it was a little disappointing.
espresso.
But it was
Well,
disappointing
you just
to
like,
hear that.
oh.
I wanted to hear that, like, you know, they age this and they age that.
Yeah,
no,
we
no, it comes out
pressurized this, and
101.
We had some juniper
right?
berries, and we press it, and then we pray, and then
We take a bunch of cherries and stuff them in the barrel.
Yeah, and Sean takes turns tooting
Suck our
the
nuts in it.
casks.
Yeah,
We
we
all
dip
put
our
our
nuts in the
scrotum in
rare
it.
breed and then dip it in the other one. I mean, something special. No, they put water in it.
Not their scrotums.
Yeah, no scrotum action.
No
terrible.
ball, no nut luge.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible.
So old Granddad is also, Jim Beam also makes Basil Hayden. Did you know that?
I did. Well, hold on. It says the bourbon has been in production since the 1800s, including during Prohibition, when it was produced by American Medicinal Spirits. Remember, we said there were like 8 of them or 6 of them?
Yep, old Granddad must be one of them.
This was one of them. So they never gave up their. This is critical, guys.
Bottled and bond.
No, they never gave up their recipe. Do you know how many thousands of bourbon makers went like belly up? Like
Yeah.
they
Well, if you scroll
Yeah.
up, it
and
says
their
it's,
recipes never came back.
it's changed hands. It says the brand has changed ownership. Okay, so they haven't. So it's the same distillery. It's changed ownership numerous times since
Same
it was
recipe,
originally
though.
created,
Same
and
recipe.
is now owned by Beam. So
Jim
it's
Beam.
yes. So so you're correct. I mean, it's the same place, same recipe, just different people owned it.
Yeah.
So if we show up, we're like, we want to buy this, then we would be the owners, and we're not going to change
I'm just saying that when Prohibition hit,
I think
it
we
was,
should do that. By
Where
the
does
way.
it say
when
Beam?
Prohibition hit, it was catastrophic from the standpoint
Is
of
it Beam American Medicinal
losing
Spirits or was
Beam
Beam?
Suntory.
Oh, so Beam Suntory. Oh, Beam Suntory. So this is the same as Maker's Mark.
Yes, and Jim Beam
Well,
and Basil Hayden and
well,
old
same,
Granddad.
same distillery, but
Same
not
distillery.
not the same.
Yeah, it's
like
a
a different
different mash
recipe,
bill
different
and-
everything. Yeah. But I just want to reemphasize: Prohibition hit, and America lost over 100 years or more, 150 years of bourbon recipes.
Huh? Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, they did. They shut them down. They never came back. Prohibition.
Prohibition was only what 10, 15
It doesn't
years?
matter. They shut down all the. I mean, and you read it.
Oh,
read it.
so distilleries that were in place for 100 years closed.
Closed
and never came back.
Never came back.
That's
Never
gonna find
came
them
back.
They
reopen it.
basically abandoned all those products.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, we lost a lot of history in terms. Now we're coming back. I mean, obviously now there's thousands and thousands, and people are trying new ones. I think we're 100% back, right?
Correct.
But my point is, like, it was
Like in 1970, how many different bourbons were out there? Or 1960?
not that many.
You had Jim Beam. I don't know. I mean, how many bourbons were around back then? Now you've got hundreds and
Oh,
hundreds
it's
and hundreds of them.
exploded. It's exploded, and I
Right.
love that. And I love
Right.
that. Everybody's coming back, and everybody's like doing their own recipes, and
Right.
that's the way it was when Prohibition hit. Like, we lost a lot of history and a lot of recipes. And
Yeah,
a lot of,
I don't see prohibition happening again. So I don't
oh,
think that's
hell
a threat.
no. It'll never happen again. They learned their lesson hard.
Although Joe Biden is an idiot, so you never know.
Uh,
Say it may be related to COVID.
well, I don't think he'll do it because I think he partakes.
He probably does. Well, does it? What applies to the masses does not apply to him. So
That's true.
he'll still have a supply.
That's a good point.
So, all right, let's go down to the
All
nose.
right, sorry, I'm leading us way off track here. Nose, palate, finish, uniqueness. Oh, sorry. Nose. Wave of cinnamon leads the charge, followed by sweet caramel, vanilla, and a hint of burnt oak. Cinnamon dominates overall, but the balance of sweeter scents along with the oak keeps it manageable. While it comes across somewhat one-dimensional, it's still inviting. That's the nose. That's just the nose, guys. On the palate, big cinnamon spice pops up front with a flash of fireball candy potency. Dark fruit, baking spice follow, along with a touch of rye spice. It has a nice intensity. I like the nose, and the cinnamon dominates. It is also quite pleasant. It's medium. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, no,
basically,
it
they say
really,
it's good.
It hurts me.
Yeah,
Well, it hurts
basically,
me too.
basically it's good. That's what they're saying. It's old. It's been around forever, and
Like your own granddad, it's old granddad.
it says it is one of the oldest and most storied brands on stored shelves. But despite this, the brand seems to receive little fanfare. I think that's a mistake. It's good. 114 is exceptional, and this is really good as well.
It's not bad. I will tell you that I have bought the 86 proof before as a mixer. Like, I went through this phase where I bought, the half bottle, the 750 milliliter
Right.
bottles that we buy. I buy a bunch of different ones. I mix it with Coke, mixer stuff, right? Cheap
Right.
stuff. Not so good.
Well, we found that out.
Not so
Like
good.
with the very old Barton, the Bottle and Bond is really good. We really enjoy that, and the 80 proof or whatever it is
my
garbage.
God. It was hideous as a mixer.
Yeah.
You mix that with cola, and maybe they were like, well, yeah, you're not supposed to mix it with cola. Well, whatever. I did, and it was horrible.
Yeah, and I just listened to the podcast that we had the very old Barton, and we were just like, whoa, this was great.
Well,
We loved it.
The higher oak, the higher
The
proof.
100, the Bottle and Bond.
Okay, well, I'm not going to mix that. I was talking about the lower shit.
Right, that's what I mean. There's a difference between
Big time.
the lower proof and the higher proof, and we really like of this one, the 100 proof, the 114, and then the very old Barton. We really like the 100 proof.
Yep.
And I know I've never had the lower proof, but you said you did not like.
No.
And I think you said Preston did not like the lower proof very old Barton as well.
Something.
got-
No, he did not.
Something
you
going
get that
on
I thought
there.
it was very toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the lead in the water.
I think it was the manganese.
Manganese.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I got to be honest.
No, I don't know why they'd be manganese in it.
Not
Charging batteries
magnesium,
over
the
there.
manganese.
That's the extreme char. Okay.
There you go.
Anyway,
It's
so
atomic number 25.
Well, we were going to ask, but there was a topic we were talking about earlier tonight where I had gone home last podcast, and dude, I don't know what the deal is. I don't think we drink a lot.
we do.
I guess we do. So
Did you eat dinner?
no, not really.
Oh, there.
So,
that's a
but when I get home,
factor.
Look, time out. I eat a gigantic dinner, and I have the same effect.
Yeah,
that
but you
Sean
had like
has.
8 drinks before you got here.
yeah.
Well, that's
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
it was technically one, but it was like a quadruple double.
Yeah.
No, stop.
It's only one drink.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah, but it's your big Yeti.
24-ounce cup. Son of a business.
I put it on the little 4-wheel dolly, and I push it around the house.
No,
with
it's like a camelback.
gigantic straw.
Good Lord.
Okay, it's not
Anyways,
that bad. You guys
So
make it.
I went home last week, and Emily, my daughter, she had worked at a food and beverage place, and she had brought home some desserts. And
You didn't have any, right?
so, so I mean,
God.
let's back up a little bit. Do you guys drink milk?
No.
Very little.
Yeah, I don't drink milk.
Well,
either.
not dairy. I drink almond milk.
Really?
It's nut schmeg. Anyways, so
What do you mean, really?
There is no almond milk.
Yeah,
It's
there's no
almond
such thing as
juice.
no, it's
almond
called
milk.
it says on the box.
no
Almond milk.
It's not milk.
You know what it is?
Okay,
It's juice.
we have
It's-
gotten into this argument
it's
before.
almond
It's juice.
milk.
Who am I
schmeg.
to argue if it's milk or not? It says
Well, because
almond milk.
logically, nuts do
How
not
about
milk.
the,
They do
how
not
about the
feed.
producers
Jeff.
of cows?
Jeff,
They-
I'm
they
not
went out there-
arguing
Do
with
they
the
have
people.
nipples?
I understand that there's been lawsuits between the dairy farmers
Well, it's not
and
just
the,
that.
and
It's
the
just
almond
logic.
and the almond. What do you call them? Farmers. The dairy farmers don't want the almond farmers to
And I
put
think they
milk.
won. I think they won that, didn't
They
they?
did win.
Well, I still see
They
almond
are
milk.
they no longer have the word milk on their containers.
Okay, all right. So I think
You stand corrected.
we're getting sent. I stand
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Thank you,
You're
Sean.
welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So
on
back to
on advice of counsel, I accept your response.
So I refuse to say almond milk. I always go, I'm going to go get some almond juice.
so
So
I-
I'm going to get some
nut
almond
juice.
smegma
yeah,
instead
well,
of milk.
what's nut
I say
schmeg?
nut juice.
It's nut,
nut
juice.
juice.
There you go.
Okay,
So-
almond nut juice.
I typically am the same way. I mean, the only time I ever drink milk is when I put a splash in my coffee.
And your
That's
bloody
it.
and your Bloody Mary in the morning.
No, just
Ooh,
the coffee.
Milk and a Bloody Mary?
I don't. I've never had a Bloody Mary in my life. What
But
do you?
foul.
but you know, like the kids, they have a bowl of cereal and they put milk in there. I haven't had cereal in so long.
What percentage milk?
Well, we typically have 2%
Okay,
at our house.
thank God. If you were going to say whole milk, it's like
Oh my
You have to
God.
use a spoon.
But listen,
half and half cream.
my daughter comes home with a half a gallon of whole milk
Ugh.
chocolate milk.
Did you drink it?
Organic.
Like, did you
Time
shit
out.
everywhere?
No, organic. A half a gallon
is wrong
of
with you?
organic.
I don't believe in
chocolate
organic
milk.
food. I don't believe in organic. I think
Okay.
it's fake.
Let's
Get-
okay. I
yeah,
don't care if
That's
it's fake.
a great topic. We're going to get to that. in a
We'll talk
second.
about this, but let's finish this up here.
Yes,
So I've got a glass container
of whole chocolate milk.
with whole milk that's chocolate and it says organic.
That sounds
doesn't matter.
wonderful.
So she brings home from her work some cakes and
Petty
things,
fours.
things that you would find at a coffee shop. You know, some croissants and so.
Oh,
So
Croissants.
I open up the refrigerator and
Yes.
I pour, and I'm telling you, a very little amount because I'm kind of like, this is going to be disgusting. The last time I had whole milk, it felt in my mouth. I felt residual. I was like, I'm never doing that again.
there were curds.
Oh
So
my God!
What's great about this is you're looking at it, and this is going to be disgusting.
But you do it anyway.
Let me pour a glass.
But so I pour.
Like, you know what that's called? Lack of willpower.
Well, but I'll tell you what. it was
That's chocolate
worth it.
milk. I shouldn't
had-
have it. It's awful for me. It's going to suck.
I ate.
Let me pour a glass.
The pastry, and I
Oh,
was
and you ate
eating,
the pastry too.
I was eating the pastry, and I had a little bit of that chocolate milk, and I was like,
and you started tearing up.
"This is the best thing
Of
that
course.
I have ever had in my entire life."
you
Of course it
kidding
was.
me?
It's like 800,000 calories.
Absolutely.
And
It's
you know,
wonderful.
I didn't care. I poured like another 2 ounces. Now, mind you,
No, it wasn't 2 ounces.
No,
Yeah,
it
it was
really
a
was.
little bit more than 2 ounces.
No,
Yeah, 2 ounces is like this.
It was
it
a mega.
wasn't-
It was a mega.
it was
cup.
a-
It wasn't my
It was a
my
full
milk.
It was a full
And
tumbler.
Let me tell you, because it wasn't my milk. Had I drank a lot more, there would have been repercussions. So I opened.
That was my next question. Who are you to open up the refrigerator and just start eating and drinking everything that's in there? That's like
Well, the kids do. Why can't we?
Okay.
Well, I
Right?
mean, look,
There
My
you go,
kids bring home
asserting- Look
food?
at you asserting
There are
control.
certain-
My
There-
kids
No.
bring home food? Oh,
my
I mean,
refrigerator.
there are
It's
certain
my
rules.
house. I
No.
drink all this chocolate
They
milk.
eat my food. I eat their food.
I like it.
I'm
No,
just telling
I'm
you.
not going to disagree.
As
That's good.
what it did for me is it just the taste of that chocolate milk just brought back a flood of memories of the snacks that we had growing up
Yeah.
because I just remember back when having chocolate milk was okay.
Oh yeah.
I never had
And-
chocolate milk as a kid.
I miss
Jesus.
it so
Look,
much.
Jeff, you are just bumming the fuck
Hold
out
on,
of this.
you never had it?
They didn't have the fucking chocolate powdered milk.
No, we always got the white powdered milk.
Jesus.
Now they did have the chocolate
What are
milk
you
at the
saying?
schools.
You never had chocolate milk
No,
in your life?
I didn't say that, but as a kid, we never had chocolate milk, ever.
Can we have a moment of silence?
I don't. I mean,
we
Like,
we,
how do we respond to
we
this?
I
lived
I
on
don't know.
powdered milk.
Do you need a hug?
No, I
Can we
grew
do
up
a group
perfectly
hug?
fine.
Is that
I
a
feel
weird
like you've
moment?
you've
This
really
is
lost
another
out.
reason why we don't do video, but can we do a group hug?
like Nesquik? That was a treat for me. So if I went over a
There we
friend's
go.
house
There's your powdered chocolate.
and they had Nesquik, I'd be like,
Okay.
Hey, we don't have orange juice either. Can we have some Tang?
yes. Oh, we grew up on Tang.
So
I had
Tang.
I had
Tang is the bomb. All right, so hold on, Nesquik. That's what that was me. So we would get the metal container
right.
where you pry
But
off the
hold on,
lid.
hold on, hold on.
Remember, you pry off the little
Jeff,
lid.
did you have to get a glass of water and mix the powdered milk into the water?
Not
and
water,
then-
milk.
No,
No.
he didn't have milk.
I didn't have milk.
So he had powdered milk in the water, and then after you made your powdered milk, did you add the Nesquik to that?
No, we never had Nesquik either. So we had the powdered milk. I'd go over to a friend's house if they had Nesquik.
Oh,
Oh, and at the friend's house, did they have real milk or powdered milk?
I'm sure it was real milk.
Damn.
None
see?
of my friends
Look at
had
him
powdered
like
milk.
cheating on his family, right? His
Oh,
parents are like,
man.
you're not.
I
allowed
never
that."
had treats until I went over to my friend's
Right?
houses.
Did they have marijuana too?
They had edibles.
Nice.
what
No.
the hell, man?
No.
Well, I mean, just, too much.
Is that a thing?
Well, you go over to your friend's house, you have edibles and
Well,
chocolate
yeah,
and chocolate milk. Okay, I'm kidding. Anyway, so that was me, right? You had the metal can and you pry off the little lid, and so I would do I had milk like a normal family. We had milk, and then I would pour all that stuff in there. Here's what's so stupid about it: I would spoon it out with I would eat it from the spoon
Oh yeah.
in its entirety. Like I never drank it from the glass. I literally spooned it into my mouth from,
Oh no, I didn't do that.
from the spoon in its entirety.
To make it last longer.
Absolutely. 100%. And now when I'm at Costco and I go past the aisle that has the gigantic Nesquik thing, I'm like, oh my God, I want to get that. And I want to do that. I want to do that exact thing, except
Right.
with almond nut smeg
That's
or
just
almond nut
This
Nuts.
is called nut juice.
juice.
yeah. They basically take water, and well, first of all, it's the same thing as the powdered milk, but they take the almonds. And they
we
make
already
it
talked
powder.
about the express. We already talked about this.
Well, but
They
you don't seem to
express-
get it.
No, it's okay. It's good. It's actually really, really good.
Yeah, but
Almond milk,
they add a
almond
ton of
nut
sugar.
smeg.
Do you get the sugar free or the stuff that has sugar in it?
The sugar free has sugar in it too.
Do you know they add sugar to that stuff
Absolutely.
to make it taste good?
On advice of counsel, I decline to answer.
Yeah, well,
Get the
it may
sugar-free
say,
stuff,
hey,
see
it's
if it tastes
sugar-free,
good.
but there's plenty of cornstarch.
Well, hold
or
on.
corn-
I don't
corn
know. I
syrup
need to
in
look
it.
at the fucking carton. I don't know. We get the unsweetened. Unsweetened is what it says.
Oh, so it's unsweetened at
It's
what
not
point?
good. It's tolerable.
It says unsweetened at the point of
You know
consumption.
what? Just stop.
What does that? What does that mean?
Just stop.
What do you mean? What point? Unsweetened means
You know,
unsweetened.
This is as bad as hearing Jeff say, "I didn't have fucking milk growing up." I mean, what the hell? Did
I
you
had
get
milk. It was
I
just
mean, did you
powder.
go to the?
You know
the-
what?
Did you get like food stamps?
know
and
what?
Go to the block of cheese place.
I can't tell you how many times I've walked past the gigantic can of Nesquik.
Why don't you get it? One of these days, just get it.
100%. After we just had this conversation,
Oh, there it is, right there. The producer pulled it up. That
no,
nice big.
the can with the powder.
No, I'm talking about the chocolate milk I drank.
Oh.
Well, no one else has had that, so we don't care.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic, though. I'm telling you, it was the best fucking thing I've
I
ever
bet
had.
it was. I bet it was
Whole
thick.
milk.
I bet it was thick.
God, it must have coated your whole thing. It was like Pepto-Bismol, except not pink.
Oh,
Did it give you like
It was brown
like
Pepto-Bismol,
lactose gut?
Oh man!
right? Am I right? It was brown Pepto-Bismol.
It was.
Now, mind you, I mean, I'm honest. I did make a big glass. I had two.
But you went back and had more.
I had two very small servings. Two.
When you say small,
I'm telling you, it was less than the bourbon that we drank.
Well,
that's impossible.
I know,
You had
but
a pretty
it's
heavy
true.
pour.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No,
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
No,
So
I-
basically, it was a full glass.
I was responsible with it, but I tell you, it was really tasty.
Yeah.
And it just like I shared, it was.
No,
it-
I've had some really good chocolate milk as an adult, and yeah, there's some really
Oh,
good
yeah.
shit out there.
Oh yeah, it's
really
amazing.
good stuff.
I mean, how can you not enjoy it?
But
Come
my
on.
my gut can't handle a lot of milk. I
But do you
can't.
remember
That's-
some of the other like snacks from the '80s that like the Tang and I mean the Hostess cupcakes and
well,
I
they
mean
still have
Ding
those.
dongs.
Ding Dongs. It was Betty Crocker, Betty
The Little
something-
Debbie.
Little Debbie.
Yeah, they still have them. I got those for my boys when they were packing their lunch for school. We got the little oatmeal pies with the cream in the middle.
No, I
Those
never
are
did
my
that.
favorite.
Oh, you didn't have those?
I didn't do that. No, I just never did that.
No, those are my
But
favorite.
I did the apple pies. Remember the
God,
What-
damn.
the Hostess.
yes. Remember those the little
You
oh
have
my-
apple and cherry
oh my
and
God.
different flavors.
Those were so amazing. They still have them.
Oh yeah, they still make
They're
them.
like 10 for $1.
Yeah,
No. They're
10 for
$1 a
$10.
piece.
A
10
nickel.
for $10.
They're $1 a piece.
And they're
But
healthy.
They say they have a lot of protein.
Right.
So there's ho
And,
hos and
that you know what
Twinkies.
sucks? That's what sucks. I can't do it. Every time I walk by that bin,
Yeah.
Of-
It's just
of-
stacked.
they have cherry. Oh, I love the cherry, and I can't do it.
Yep.
Because if I do look at the back, which I don't do it, it says 480 calories
Have you guys?
for a
And 800
quarter.
Do you guys remember the
There's
the
4
gum?
servings in the one pastry,
Do you guys
and they're
remember
480 calories
the
each.
gum that
Right.
gushes in your mouth?
Oh yes.
Oh,
No,
They're called
your-
gushers, weren't
No,
they?
your boyfriend's not named Gum. I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm talking about the
really?
like they had the
Oh,
Doctor.
he
That
was
a
working on
setup.
that joke.
That was a setup.
He was working on that.
That was a
What?
lame.
He was
lame
sitting at work
setup.
today, and he was going,
Yeah,
"I'm
yeah.
going to do this."
As a matter of fact, you just lost the right to
Now,
your story.
I just
no,
did
we're gonna move
that.
on.
I
We're
did
gonna
that
move
on
on.
the fly.
We-
No,
you
but
lost the right to your
they
story.
have like a packet of the gum that have like the freshen up, but they even came out with like a Dr Pepper filled one.
No, they're called gushers, I think. No,
Well,
those were the
The
fruit
Dr
chews.
Pepper, the big chunks
God.
bubble gum.
They're so gross.
Yeah, the gushers I think were the fruit chews with the juice in it, but they also had gum that had like the gel in it. Yeah,
Freshen
yeah,
Up.
those
That's
right
exactly
there.
what it was.
There we
I
go.
think they still sell those.
Oh, freshen up.
Freshen Up was the original ones that I
Yeah.
saw, but there was another one that Dr Pepper put out. It was like 5 big chunks of bubble gum.
It's like
And inside-
mouthwash.
It had Dr Pepper, and it kind of tasted like a little bit like root beer and Dr Pepper put together. They were great. I mean,
I know one of the things that was always a treat in my house was my dad, every now and then on the weekends, would buy a box. And this was when I was older, maybe a teenager, not as a kid, but he would buy the Entenmann's donuts.
Oh, yes.
That he'd either buy the chocolate ones where
yeah,
you get
powdered
8
or chocolate.
no, well, he'd either buy the chocolate ones or the variety pack,
Mm.
which had the chocolate, the crumble cake ones, the powdered ones, and I think there was just a plain.
I think they still make those.
Oh, they do. And I see them in the store, and I was like, but back 40 years ago,
I
they were
know.
hard to find. They weren't as prevalent. And he'd buy those, and every now and then he'd buy a big breakfast strudel thing.
Yes.
And it was just like, I want this piece because it has the most jelly in it.
like coffee caked ones too.
Yeah.
Coffee cake.
Yep.
no,
Oh.
caramelized pecans on top and stuff
And
like
nowadays,
that.
nowadays you can't do any of that stuff because you make the mistake of looking at the damn label.
Then you gain 10 pounds overnight.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
well,
and
when
you
you
look
get
at the
older,
label
yeah.
and you're like, oh, it's not right. It's
And
unhealthy.
how long do you think ranch has been around? Ranch dressing.
I don't like ranch dressing.
1771.
How
Is he correct?
no,
Five
it
years
was,
before they
nin-
declared
it was in
independence.
1950s.
Oh.
Uh,
Hidden Valley? Did they create it?
Hidden Valley came out in the 1980s.
So who made the first ranch?
Actually, it was created in the 1950s by the Hidden Valley.
I'm not
You're
a
actually
ranch.
right.
I'm actually not a ranch fan at all.
I love ranch.
I like the thick natural buttermilk that you can find at restaurants. The stuff you buy get out of bottles, I can't stand that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah, like Scotty P's, outstanding ranch. I could eat that all day. But if you give me a bottle, I don't
Yeah, but
touch it.
there's so many brands. Like,
well, you
like
gotta
any
be,
of them? There's
you
like
gotta have
11 brands of
a
ranch.
Natural.
You don't like any of them?
It's got to be a natural brand. Yeah, some of these ranch from like Hidden Valley, they're designed to sit on a shelf for 6 months.
Right.
just
well, I
aren't-
mean,
know,
it's
you-
the
you-
whole.
To have the real buttermilk ranch is rich.
Well, you're
and-
talking about a local restaurant that can make it
Yeah.
and like for the day. Or
Yeah,
for the
you
that's
weekend.
the stuff I like.
Douse your
I get
iceberg
it.
lettuce and your chickens and your stuff.
But you know what? You can't blame. We dog companies for like having preservatives so that they have shelf life. I mean, what are you going to do? What do you expect them to do?
Well, it's just like I think that's a perfect example because you could go to a Mexican restaurant and then really dig their salsa,
right,
and then you see it in the store. You're like, oh, I'm going to get that.
right,
Not even close to being the same.
right. It tastes different.
Because they've preserved it and they've had to cook it a separate way.
Correct.
And it doesn't taste the same. You're just like, this sucks.
Yeah, but what do you expect them to do? Right? They are trying to meet the masses. They want this thing to sit on a shelf. They don't know how long it's going to sit on the shelf. It has to have
Well,
preservatives.
I get it, but
I mean, imagine having Mission tortillas where they have no preservatives, right?
Well,
and then you go
Kroger
in-
makes them.
Well, I know, but you go into Kroger
Yeah, but
and
they
you
throw 'em
and you go
away
and
every
you
day,
go
too.
right and you go to buy the Mission and they have fucking mold growing on them and shit. Well, they have mold growing on them because they have no preservatives.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
So it's a
Just
shelf
gotta
life
buy 'em
thing.
fresh.
It's a shelf life thing. I
Well,
mean,
it is. We used to buy the fresh tortillas all the time, but they last 2 days maybe
Yeah.
before they turn
Yeah,
like
but
into
they're-
discs.
God, they're so thick.
They are. They are.
They're great.
I went through so many. I'm not a big tortilla fan, but my kids and Julie, they'd eat the shit out of those
I
things.
love. I mean, when we go to Chipotle, I have to have.
Can you double wrap that, please?
No, I just get a tortilla on the side, and
Like
it's amazing.
Like the monster size?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's so fattening.
Yeah, I don't
The
eat
tortillas?
I don't eat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a huge tortilla fan.
Those are like crazy fattening.
God dang, you're just not a fan of anything.
Yeah, really. What do you enjoy in life?
I don't
mean,
like milk. I don't drink chocolate.
Well, I don't say I don't like milk. I just don't drink very much of
I
it.
don't do this. I
mean,
don't
do
do
you-
No, that was a kid where I didn't
Well,
have
hold on.
chocolate
Do you
milk.
eat or drink anything that gives you joy in life?
A bourbon?
Now you're talking.
Yes.
Well, hold on. His dad would bring home a liter of Pepsi once in a blue moon.
Yeah, Pepsi. What was it? Pepsi
With the
free.
lemon
Pepsi free.
Lemon,
Yes.
with lemon free.
Lemon-
Pepsi free.
Lemon
And I
Pepsi
remember
free.
growing up that when we did have chips on like 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day,
Chips?
potato chips.
Are you kidding
We
me?
never had chips in the house. No. So he would have them sitting by him.
That is abusive.
I didn't grow up eating them. And when we did have them, they're the most fantastic food
Start
out
over.
there.
Start over. There are 3 times a year that your parents would buy chips,
For the most part, yeah.
like potato chips.
Yeah.
Can you even digest that, Sean?
No, I started thinking about it. I was like, I'm thinking maybe I'm spoiled. I think I was spoiled.
No, I think your parents should be in jail.
Why?
3 times a year that you had chips.
That'd be 4.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
oh,
What's a quarter?
okay. No,
I-
hold
I'm
on.
thinking
That
like-
okay. We're good now.
We were like
No,
3
I'm
or 4
good.
times
I'm
a
good.
month.
I'm
But-
settled,
but
I'm settled up.
But I remember, and I kind of did this when my boys, I mean, we had chips in the house, but my dad would always, we'd have them for dinner. We'd have the hamburgers and the brats and the wieners and the hot dogs and beans, and we'd have potato chips. And he'd
So
always
how
have
come
them
do you have beans? I'm sorry to
like pork and beans.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to break this down. So if you didn't have chips, I mean, you had it. Okay, when you had dinner on a regular basis, was it like
No, they had
the 5 food groups?
dinner irregularly.
Yes, we didn't have chips as a side.
They ate
Okay,
every
well,
third
which
day.
is fine. But fuck it. Some people don't have chips, but I mean,
We had green beans, lima beans. We had the potato, and we
so it was
had
definitely vegetables.
the
It was
side.
definitely a full
salad.
meal.
So
Yeah.
was that your mom's call? Was she was like a healthier family? Like,
I don't know. It was probably both of them.
well, did she make the call on what to eat?
She usually she made dinner,
I was gonna say.
but I don't know if my dad had any say. And
I'm pretty sure it's your mom.
you know,
right?
if my mom came home with big bags of chips every time, he'd probably like, that's not. I don't know. I don't know who made the call.
Really?
It was just in the house. We didn't grow up with chips or pop.
Okay, sorry. So finish your story. So you had
So anyway, we
lima beans and
lima beans. They are illegal in my house. I've never had a lima bean in my house after I moved
yeah,
out.
because they abuse you.
they're gross.
How
I
can a
gagged
lima
them.
bean be gross?
They gagged me growing up.
Were they
And you
like
just kept
mixed
eating
That
with
was the
some
one
cream
vegetable.
or something?
That was the one vegetable that I had.
Is that a vegetable?
Yes, it's a vegetable.
I think it's
But
a
it's
grain.
a bean. It's like a nut.
No, it's not like a nut. It's nasty.
They don't even have taste.
Yeah, they do. Lima beans? Those are lima beans, and those are nasty. I will not have them in my house. And I told my wife and my kids, we will never have lima beans, so you don't have to worry about that. Because I gagged on
see,
them growing
that's
up.
not they taste bad. That's an abuse thing.
No, it's not. We didn't
They're
have
like,
them every
I-
night.
Well, no, you were like, I just got over my therapy, Lima bean therapy.
Right.
So you're not going to have to go through that like
No,
I
those
did.
are nasty. I would not. I
I
refuse
don't-
to eat those.
Actually,
I
I
think they're-
I actually don't know.
I think
don't
they're
know.
scrumptious.
No, they're bad for you.
For real.
Are they unhealthy for you?
Yes, they are. That's in my mind. They are.
I was thinking. I thought they were very good for
They
you.
cause,
I was going to be
They're high in
impressed. I was like,
fiber.
really?
They
You
cause-
ate those your whole life?
They cause emphysema.
Oh, shut
They
up.
do not.
Shut
No, I don't know. I don't like them. They're not in my house. I'll never have them again
Just 'cause you
unless
were
I take
abused.
them by mistake.
Because they put whole bags of it on you, and they
No,
said,
I'd have a whole serving. That right there. That's no. That's,
"Oh, that looks wonderful."
No, it doesn't. No.
we're traumatized.
I literally gagged on those as a kid every time we had them.
Okay, time out. Time out. This whole thing was like the treats when you get when you're a kid, not what you're traumatized by.
I had
Why
some
you were
traumatizing
kidding.
kinda like
food.
this
What
better.
were your treats, other than the 4 times a year that you got?
Well, what
to
I
eat
was
chips?
getting at is as
God, this is so
Did
sad.
you ever have some Totino's pizza rolls?
Did you have
yes,
like
we had those
you had desserts?
for birthdays and like Thanksgiving and Christmas, but otherwise no.
No,
Um,
just ice cream. Ice cream.
For Christmas and birthdays
Are you
and
hearing
stuff,
this, Sean? Are you hearing this?
Hey, how about some Lunchables?
those didn't exist back then. I don't think. No, I never had them.
Lunchables came out in the 80s.
No.
I did not have those.
What? Are you hearing this? He didn't have ice cream, but 4 times a year, the same day he had chips.
No, it was for birthdays and stuff.
Are you hearing this?
Yeah,
And
it's
cake.
borderline abuse.
I think
And
we need a
cake.
group hug.
But anyway, my dad, what he
Yeah,
would do.
I don't like your dad right now.
What?
Me neither.
Hey, I was a healthy kid. But what he would do is he would keep the chips by him. So I'd be like, and he would be like,
Oh, okay. He'd ration it out.
he would.
Oh my God!
He
What the
would.
hell is okay?
Dad, can I have some more chips?
So you
And
know
I
what?
did that
Listen,
as well.
whatever. I'm just guys. I'm gonna go out there. I know this is a dudes like us. I'm gonna go out there with this. Jeff, we love you. We love
Not
you.
that bad of a thing.
Well, it is.
Well,
We
for you
love
guys, 'cause you didn't
Ignorance is
get-
bliss.
Well,
we love
because
you.
you guys, if you showed up at my house, you'd have been like, where are the chips? Where's the ice cream? Where's the cake? We don't have that stuff in our house.
Oh my God! Have you seen a break in between podcasts?
Well, now
we like freaking devour. I mean, it's a
we had
free for
we had a
all.
pound and a half of Grippo's chips down there.
Yes.
Did you have popcorn? Did
Did you have popcorn?
We had the hot air popcorn, yes.
Hot air
Okay,
popcorn.
well,
And we
Was
and
that
on,
dry and
and on
wonderful?
special occasion we'd have the kind you'd fix in the
oh,
in
the,
the pan.
the Jiffy Pop
Oh.
popcorn pop.
Yeah, what was that one that had the little?
That was Jiffy Pop. We had that when we went camping.
yeah, they had the little
It's foil.
foil.
That's great stuff. You can still buy that today.
Can you really?
Yep, you can do it on your stove. We've done that with
Where,
the
where
boys.
do you
when
find
they're
that in the store? I've never seen
younger.
it.
The popcorn aisle. I'm not saying every store has it, but I've seen it. We've gotten it for when we had the boys. They were smaller.
That's creepy.
We'd cook it. We'd
There
have
it is, Jiffy Pop.
Yeah, they still make that. We'd always have it. We'd always
Sure
have that when
do.
we went camping.
So this is gonna be weird. I have never had a Jiffy Pop in my entire life.
Like I said, group hugs.
Well, we had the other one. We have the
How
we have
dare you?
what is the
Okay,
no,
settle down.
what is the guy with the bow tie?
Orville Redenbacher.
Orville Redenbacher.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the stupid science guy.
Oh no, the guy that knows it all.
Bill Nye.
Bill
Nye,
Nye.
the science
The
guy.
science
Not
guy.
anywhere near a scientist.
No, he's not.
All right, sorry. So
But he
the
goes to all these conferences.
Or Ordenbacher.
Orville Redenbacher's popcorn. So we
Right.
get like the microwavable popcorn where you put it in the little bags.
And that's turned out to be horribly bad for you.
Yeah.
The butter flavor, the way they make that butter is supposed to it's like terrible.
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 Yeah.
Still good
You're
shit
talking
though.
about microwave popcorn.
Yeah, the butter flavor is really, really bad stuff.
So we don't do the butter flavor. We do the light salt. Whatever. It doesn't have butter. I mean, but I think it does.
So about that time, Planters peanuts had come out too, right? In the 80s.
Penis.
I keep touching this. damn
Penis?
screen.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, penis.
No, Planters peanuts.
I think penis
Planters
is-
came out with all kinds of stuff. They came out with cheese balls or cheese balls and just a variety of nuts. And did you drink your beverage?
It spilled.
Oh,
What just happened?
I don't know.
what? Whoa!
What
Where did
just
that
happened?
come from?
It really came out of
That
nowhere.
was calculated Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Paul just
Okay, this is
made us look at his glass and like it was empty, and so
and
Jeff,
I had and I
is
had
that Rumble?
and I had
No,
a
it's not.
I had a sad look. Right, I lifted up my glass. I looked
and
in
I
it,
came to the rescue.
and I
What
looked
is it?
sad. This is Old Dominique Hewling Station, very small batch, 100 proof bourbon whiskey, and it materialized out of thin air.
Yeah, it sure did, and he seemed very proud pulling that out of the
Yeah,
pocket there.
It was like, you know what I mean. It was like an emergency,
I want
deal.
some, but I have an entire glass full.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Very hearty pour.
No, it was not a hearty pour. Okay. Anyway.
All right, let me see that bottle.
Good Lord.
Your semblance.
So I want to say something. We get back on the snack thing.
Yes. And your abusive parents.
Yes, my son just texted me.
Is he eating ice cream
No.
with chips?
He said that he just saw the new Harry Potter movie.
No, okay.
Harry
First off, not a Harry Potter movie.
Well, it's not, but it's the same
Fantastical Beasts.
fantastical piece. He says the new Harry Potter movie has Dumbledore and the other guy being gay.
Yep, I knew it. They said it's woke as hell.
Get the fuck
Are
out
you
of
fucking
here.
kidding me? They make Dumbledore gay?
Yep. He said,
Fuck 'em.
gay agenda, movie is ruined, I'm walking out.
No way he's walking out.
I doubt that he will, but
Is he drunk?
no.
I mean, if you paid for the ticket, I would stay.
He went to the
but
movie
still.
probably
No,
with
I
his
would not.
girlfriend for his birthday. Let's go see the new Harry Potter
That's
movie.
Oh,
what I read. I didn't read the details, but it said woke. Harry Potter, Magical Beast or Fantastical Beast. Fuck them. Fuck all this shit. They need to go down. Everybody needs to stop watching this shit, like Marvel comics and all that.
When are they
Gay
gonna realize
everything.
that
Gay
we don't
everything.
care. We don't care. Suck a dick. Don't suck a dick.
Yes.
Nobody
but Don't throw it
cares.
in our faces.
Please don't throw it in my face.
They could have made Dumbledore a completely asexual. He couldn't have showed a woman, a man, or any love life for Dumbledore.
Right.
And it would have been perfectly fine.
Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So now they made him queer.
So wait a second. So the author.
I wonder how the actors feel about that. And I wonder how the
No,
author
she's-
feels about that.
She said, I don't know. But the thing that she has said is there's only two genders.
That's right. She is adamantly anti-transgender.
Yeah, well,
But I don't know if she's anti-gay.
I mean,
Making
look,
Dumbledore gay is she had to have been involved in that decision.
No, maybe not. I mean, they're ostracizing her big time for her
Well,
stance on transgender.
the Twitter mob is. But if she owns the rights to Dumbledore, Fantastic Beasts, and all that,
right?
she
Those
has
are her
to have
fucking stories.
she has to have a say in that. Unless she sold it, and then she doesn't.
And again, we're talking about what percentage of the United States?
3.
3%.
5, I guess.
3 to 5%. Really? Really? We're changing everything we watch. Everything we watch on TV shows, movies, everything. We're changing everything to cater to
So there should be a criteria
cater
that says,
to
all right,
5%
we're
of the
gonna
country.
we're going to have 5% of the material out there that should be woke. Leave the rest alone.
No.
And it just
I'm not okay with that.
it needs to be a natural thing. I don't care, but he started off as not being gay.
It was nondescript. You didn't know.
Well, but still,
That's what I mean. They should have just kept it as
it should have been the same thing all the way through.
Yeah, he should have just been a character. It doesn't matter.
So who's his boyfriend?
He just said I don't know. He just said the other guy. So the bad guy in it, I guess, maybe. I don't
Good
know.
Lord.
I don't know.
And again, I mean, I know my comments are going to be misconstrued to I'm anti-gay. I'm actually not. I'm not anti-gay. I just don't want it thrown in our faces. I don't
Correct.
want it exceptionally normalized. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exceptionally. I'm not even going to say over normalized. I'm going to say exceptionally normalized.
That's
Like,
crazy.
There was no reason for us to see it. Like, live your life. Like you said, Sean, live your life, have your partner, do your thing. I will never judge you. It's not my place to judge you. I'm a Christian, right? So I'm not allowed to hate. I am not allowed to hate.
And I think most gays are like that.
Yes.
It's the very vocal
It is.
Twitter mob and the guilty white elites who want to push this agenda.
And maybe that's what's killing Netflix. Because I will tell you, there is not a show, and it's not like we stop watching the show. Like we start watching the show, and oh my God, here's a homosexual relationship, and we're not going to watch that. We don't do that. But I will promise you, every single show we watch
Has that.
has a homosexual relationship. Every single one.
Correct.
And we're like, we just look at each other and we're like, roll our eyes. Like,
Sure,
not like,
we do the same thing.
yeah, not like we're not supportive of it, but it's like, again, thrown in our faces. Like, it's pushed to an extreme.
So it should be, if the percentages go, you have 10 shows, 2 should have it in there.
Yep. Agreed.
2 to 3.
Agreed.
Not every single one.
And it doesn't mean that because we don't make it 80% of the relationships in the show that we're not supportive. It doesn't mean that.
No.
It doesn't mean that we're unsupportive.
All right, so it says here, Dumbledore's queerness was a surprise, not an unwelcome one.
You think?
It was only
not
it didn't
an
seem to
unwelcome
be
one.
in the text, all thick 7 volumes of it. But then Rowling said something that called her motives into question. If I'd known it would make you so happy, I would have announced it years ago. It could not be. It could no longer be about just the story, but an attempt to cash in on identity retroactively to retcon Dumbledore.
I think she caved.
Yeah, retconning is an abbreviation of the
100%
phrase
think she caved.
retroactive continuity.
She was taking so much heat for the transgender shit that she said, okay, fuck it. Dumbledore's gay.
Correct.
Well,
I 100% believe that.
Even though there
was no reason to
no
ever
mention,
disclose that.
no hint, no alluding to anything.
No reason to even disclose it.
Unfortunately, Rowling did not resurrect Dumbledore or Severus Snape
That's so fucking
in her
weak.
retconning, but instead tweeted out the Nagini, the giant snake in the Harry Potter universe, comes from the Indonesia myth of Naga. Indian writer Amish Tripathi corrected her that the Naga is a story of Indian origin, bitch. Rowling was reacting to criticism of the film casting of an Asian actor to play Nagini in her human form of a
She can't win.
subservient role.
She cannot win.
Well, you know what? She could have won just by shutting the fuck up.
No, but here we go on the fucking snake. Really? She says it's Indonesian, but an Indian person played it. I mean, really? Shut the fuck up. This whole
And
this
can
whole
you really
like
tell the difference between an Indonesian and an Indian?
yeah, I can actually because I lived there for 5 years. But the point is, that's not the point. It's not the point. Do you know how different Indians look in India? South, east, west, north.
You have all kinds of flavors. It's really
An
has
amazing
it's
amount of
facial
flavors.
features. It's color of skin. It's texture of skin.
Absolutely.
It's I mean, right down to the feet.
Even within the country of India, it's incredibly diverse. I mean, people talk about, oh, he's from the north, he's from the east, he's from the west. I'm like, and they say it in a friendly way, but I'm thinking to myself, not so friendly.
Well, I tell you what, I know.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a division.
Well,
thing.
there's
Absolutely.
there's big discrimination.
Yeah, big time.
And we've talked about this when we were part of a bigger corporation, and the whole George Floyd thing happened, and we need to eliminate any kind of prejudice and make sure racism does not exist in our company. And I had the question in my mind that, okay, I understand that.
Yep.
Are you going to apply that for the associates in India?
Right.
Are you going to apply that to the associates in Mexico?
Right.
And any other country that we have? Or are you just going to force that on the American associates that you have?
Because I can promise you, skin shades in both of those countries vary dramatically.
Correct. And
in both Mexico and India.
Well, I talked to my team in Mexico.
Yeah.
About this.
Yeah.
And it was just me and my managers, and I had a frank conversation with them. I was like, this is anyone we work with. I don't think there's any prejudice or anything like that. He goes, but I don't remember who it was. It may have been both of them. Says, yeah, racism is very strong in Mexico.
Absolutely, every country in the world, because
the indigenous people of Mexico are the lowest class in Mexico. The people that look like the Aztecs, the Indians, the true Mexican people, are the lowest class. And he goes, a lot of people are very prejudiced, and it's very class based more than anything.
Even worse in India.
Yeah.
The caste system, right?
Yeah, the caste
The
system. in
caste
India.
system on top of skin color.
Yeah.
Like it's a double whammy.
And it's almost like you want to ask the question. It hasn't come up again, but will these new corporate guidelines apply to the caste system in India?
They can't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
It's interesting.
No
I
way.
see there's a lot of, for black people, for example, in the United States. There are a variety of black people. And
Yeah,
Well, sure.
kinda,
You have true
Absolutely.
people from Africa, like from Nigeria, and
Yes.
Uganda, and all that
but they
stuff.
Absolutely.
look different too. It's like well, I'm African. Well, then you have this one guy that's African, and he looks like a regular United States citizen,
Well,
typical one.
Elon Musk is African.
Well, I'm talking about black
What?
people.
Yes, he's from South Africa, right? He was born there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Is that African?
Yeah, it is, but
Yeah, but that
But-
doesn't. That's
yeah,
not.
It,
that's not a
it
race.
seems like it's not fair, right?
But
Right.
that's not a race. So you can't say.
What about Egypt? They're from Africa.
yeah, and they're very
uh,
light skinned.
Are they
compared
African American?
Well, I mean,
and
what do you put
Mauritian-
on? What do you put on
Mauritian
the?
and Moroccan, very light skinned.
Well, what do they put on the racial criteria? I mean, do you put that
That's what I mean.
Pan
That's
American?
exactly what we're talking about. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
The Lebanese, right?
That-
from Lebanon.
What a great point. I don't think I've ever rationalized that. African American. Africa is so incredibly diverse in skin color and in culture.
It's all over the place.
It's
does it
all-
only
it is all over the
Does
place.
it only include the middle of Africa?
So I can promise you, north of the Sahara Desert, very light skinned.
And
very
a
light-skinned.
lot of it is because they had.
You
know,
would think they're from Middle East. I'm sorry.
Correct.
I
Well,
keep
I
interrupting.
mean, you talk about north on the north side of Africa.
Absolutely. Like
And
Morocco.
that's because they've had tons of the white slaves that were brought down that never sold and ended up living there.
well, whatever.
You know, and even the English folk in the early 1900s migrated down there and continue to stay
Right.
in North Africa.
Well, Indiana Jones, right? He
Oh,
was there.
Indiana Jones.
Well,
Perfect example. Indiana Jones and his son
I wasn't thinking
Correct.
about
in
that.
the crystal skulls. Yeah.
But, wow, that's
No, it's
some
legit,
crazy
though. I
stuff.
mean, the point is, we try to generalize. We try to generalize.
You cannot
and-
generalize Africa.
Yeah, I know. You try to generalize and cram these people into certain categories. It doesn't work
well, hey,
that way.
look, before
it doesn't.
our producer cuts us off because it's about closing time here.
Is it really
what is,
already?
what is this bourbon that he brought out?
I just told you it's
Yeah, but I didn't hear you.
Old Dominique.
But what is it?
It's a bourbon.
It's a bourbon whiskey.
All right.
I don't know. We've had it.
It's
Yeah,
got-
but where did it come from? Why is it in here?
it's just.
I mean,
Paul?
you just keistered it and just walked
Yeah,
in here.
yeah. So so to recap, I looked at my glass. It was empty. I pouted.
Yeah, I got that.
Hold on,
And-
I
and he-
pouted, and the
he-
next thing I heard this giant sucking sound.
Well, I heard this, and all of a sudden you pulled the bottle out.
And then there was this bottle.
But it was square. So I'm like, how'd
Well,
you fit a square in a
I'm-
round hole?
Listen, I'm not going to wipe it or sniff it, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful square bottle with a white red label,
Does it taste good?
and it tastes amazing. Thank you. I
So
don't
what's
know
the
where
proof
I don't
on
know.
it?
I don't know where you pulled it from.
It's 100 proof, isn't it?
Oh, it's 100 proof.
But still, where'd it come from?
Do you really want
Is
to
that
know?
a
I had
bottle
it- I had
that
it
we
sitting there.
Put
sampled?
it on the fucking chair. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I had it sitting there because I
get
knew
it,
because I
but
knew he would
was
want
it-
more.
Did we sample that before?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't recall.
Well, do you want?
It's
sample
one
it
that
again?
Paul bought.
Well, unfortunately, I've got a full glass
Well, then
because
down it and sample.
I'm falling asleep as it is, man.
Okay. Well, then.
Hey, look, I got to have a shout out before this show ends. Happy birthday, Rob.
Yes. I hope Rob listens to this.
Happy birthday, Stephen.
We're trying to get caught up.
We
And
got
you're doing,
420.
which, by the way, you're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff, for posting those last 4
100%.
podcasts.
100%.
I did the first episode of the next one, the first one Rob's on.
Oh, good. He
So,
will love that.
Yeah. So
That will be his birthday present.
Yeah. So I'll try to get that done tomorrow and get it posted.
Yeah. When something about cutting around the anus or something.
Yeah, that was, I don't know what that was
I
all
didn't say
about.
that. Rob said that.
Oh, Rob said that.
So-
Okay.
All right, and an
Well, you know,
outside
he is
thing,
a dentist.
I'm looking for some folk that want to join us out of Thunderbird for the third Tuesday of every month to do some adult skating.
That sounded gay.
That
It was like the
sounded-
gayest thing I've said in
That
like
sounded
years.
very gay.
That is exceptionally gay.
Nonetheless, rollerblading is in for me, and I'm going to continue the trend because I'll
Good
tell
for
you
you.
what, I feel
It's good exercise.
I did it last night, and I'll tell you, the first time I went out there, it was horrible. I felt last night.
Oh, you got
Not
some
bad.
moves. Now you got some moves.
I think I broke in my wheels a little
Now
bit.
the younger crowd's looking at you and they're like, oh, who is this dude, man? He's
They're
got
going to be
some-
TikToking you, going, look at this
Yeah,
little man
this guy's
grooving
got
it.
some wheels.
All right, it's 420. Celebrate the earth. Be happy. God bless. Dudes like us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
Good night, guys.